win it 3-2. They were 2-0 down, 2-1 down, of course, at half-time. They needed to score next, Peter, and they did through Casemiro. That was a big moment in the game, actually.
I love this goal. I mean, this is so...
It's a big moment in the game, actually.
I love this goal. I mean, this is so well worked. There's no doubt about that. This is something they worked on. First of all, I'm thinking, what is he doing, Bruno? But then I realise that's what he's doing. He's playing it, and we see it here. He knows what... It's straight to Marcus Rashford, and then we track his run, and it's to Casemiro, who missed a very, very big chance in the first... And it's to Casemiro, who missed a very, very big chance in the first half, redeemed himself here, and got it back to 2-2. And from this moment, of course, you...
Yeah, it was actually really worked, well-worked set piece, to be honest. Great ball from Rashford. Bruno just that headed down. Great ball from Rashford. Bruno just that headed down to Casemiro, and like you said, he redeemed himself with a well-deserved goal.
What did we think to the red card for Joe Worrell from Nottingham Forest?
Sure about the rule of the law, because he's not the last man here. It's inches. We're talking inches, and Howard Webb is saying that VAR should only be used for howlers, so big mistakes. So he wants a referee on the pitch to make the big decisions. And he's made that here. And from where he is, he cannot see that he is... Where he is, he cannot see that he is, inches in front of...
It's covering. I still don't think, even if Worrell didn't touch him, I still don't think he gets it. So for me, it was a really harsh decision.
But Rob Jones, VAR, has got to deem that a howler.
Oh, it's a tough one. Let me watch it.
I honestly think it's a tough one. There's no doubt. I mean, if he's the last man, that's a red card, no doubt about that. But he isn't. We're talking inches.
Yeah.
And again, the point that Howard Webb is making, that he wants more responsibility taken by the on-field referees, which, by the way, then raises the question: why do we have VAR?
Yeah.
Then? But that's what he wants.
Well, his answer would be to eradicate the howlers, the things they get. But you're still not sure.
I'm not sure.
For me, that is. But if Howard Webb was on this show now, he would say, if you're not sure, that's not a howler. Decision stands.
Well, for me, that's not a red card. But that can only be determined by going to the red card. But that can only be determined by going to the on the team, so Forest, and also of the player. The player will then serve a 3-match suspension. Of course, they can have a 3-match suspension. Of course, they can have it rescinded.
Yeah.
But it's not going to help them from that game. I'm not saying that it had an impact on the result. I'm not saying that it had an impact on the result, because we don't know. It wasn't a penalty, so it definitely didn't give Man United a goal. But the whole point that they don't step in on that. He should be telling him he's not the last man.
If Howard Webb was on this show now, he would answer that question.
He would. I'm not saying that it had an impact on the result.
Danilo on Rashford.
I think we spoke about before about Rashford playing wide, and I think he's so much better in that position, because, like I said before, he's a 1v1 specialist. When he's like this, it's so difficult to stop, and there's contact. I know, obviously, Don Hutchinson said it's harsh, but when you see here, you can see the contact on his thigh. For me, it's a definite penalty.
I agree. I think it's a penalty, no doubt.
Yeah.
We've been watching the second half with another former player who will come on the show in a minute, Ian Wright. He's penalty, so he can defend himself later on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you've seen it before, like the way he's taking penalties. I think he's changed from his previous sort of like style. Normally he stutters and that, but from his previous sort of like style. Normally he stutters and that, but no messing about. Just pings it straight into the corner there. It's a great penalty. No goalkeeper saving that.
It really is an annoying penalty taker to face. Those steps, because he has to move all the time, because he makes them like this quick, you don't know when he's going to hit the ball. That means you don't know when you can move. And that's why if he hits a penalty like that, either side, every time, he will never miss it. If he hits a penalty like that, either side, every time, he will never miss a penalty. If the goalkeeper saves it, it's definitely moved too early or cut in. it really is. It's a great. You got to be absolutely sure what you're doing.
16 of his 19 penalties in England.
He's a good penalty taker.
Yeah. So 3 points, but as we said earlier, the next two games are actually Arsenal and Brighton. The next two games are actually Arsenal and Brighton. They have to find another gear or two. You know,
got to start playing better football. And also got to start playing to a style or a system that we can recognise. That is more Manchester United. You've got to have more players and then having a shot. And then that's basically everything he does in 90 minutes of football. You can't have that. Everybody's got to take part. It's early doors, you know, it's very early in the season. 6 points. It's early doors, you know, it's very early in the season. 6 points out of three games. You know, I'd rather lose the points here and have something to correct from now than wait till March. You know, where you got to start winning every game if you want to contend.
Ten Hag spoke before the game. He spoke about, obviously, transitions and counter-pressing. The game was too easy to play against, you know, weren't getting close enough. I thought they were better in that. The game was too easy to play against, you know, weren't getting close enough. I thought they were better in that aspect. I think Rashford playing wide made a difference as well. Martial didn't look sharp, which is understandable because he hasn't played. But yeah, you know, in the next two fixtures, they are going to go long periods out with the ball. And it's important, you know, those things, you know, counter-pressing and so we'll see. But performance was okay today. So we'll see. But performance was okay today. Lucky they actually won the game. And for Nottingham Forest, unlucky. Even with 10 men, like I said before, it still looked like they were going to score. But Man United do need to improve, you know, in a lot of areas.
Eventful then at Old Trafford and stories elsewhere as well. Never disappoints this Premier League, does it? What a 45 minutes that was. So much to discuss. Let's get right into it. Michael was off his chair.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't believe what I was seeing here. You know, this is a corner kick. It's a good positive. Couldn't believe what I was seeing here. You know, this is a corner kick. It's a good positive situation for Man United. And then this happens. I mean, I'll show you in a minute how many mistakes and how much went wrong in that move. So first of all, it's one back from Man United here. I've never seen that before in my life. One back from Man United here. I've never seen that before in my life, that you actually a positive corner. Then you leave that space there. That means if the ball goes into that space, not a Man United player will header. Rashford doesn't win the tackle. He's as quick as Aviobi. Evani, yes. Aviobi. Evani, yeah. And then Onana, I don't know what Onana's doing here. He makes it easy for Evani. And it's 1-0. Then the restart, okay? The restart, 25 seconds after the kickoff, free kick's given away here. And this looks bad from that angle, but look at it from here. Bolly is on his own with 6 players. He doesn't even move. Look at this. Ball comes in. Not a Man United player challenged the ball. Bolly just stands there and heads it in. I mean, this is within 4 minutes of a game that I, just before kickoff, said, it's a game Manchester United.
3 minutes 47 seconds, which is the fastest they've 3 minutes 47 seconds, which is the fastest they've ever been in Premier League history. We'll come to the previous record in a moment.
But moving wide into those sort of wide areas, where, you know, he's a 1v1 specialist, you know. When he's on it and he runs at that pace, it's so difficult to, you know, when he's on it and he runs at that pace, it's so difficult to stop. And, you know, he's 1v1. Goes past the defender quite easy, and Ericsson just gambles across the near post and flicks it into the top corner, which is a really good finish in that. But this is why, you know, we spoke about Rashford playing wide, because he can create these opportunities for people to score and obviously add goals himself.
Yeah, 6 minutes against Sheffield Wednesday. Not sure who the goalkeeper was that day.
I remember that. 1998.
Correct.
I remember that. 1998.
Correct. 2-2. Sorry, 3-3 it finished. But
did it?
Yeah. Would you take 3? Let's get to the other games, because Arsenal. Let's get to the other games, because Arsenal are losing. They were 1 down in 57 seconds. We'll come to in the moment after this miss from Casemiro. Sorry.
When you watch it back, you know, at first you think, he's not seen it. When you watch it back, you know, at first you think, he's not seen it really late and that. But then you watch it back, you think, actually, you know, it's a horrible chance to miss. And yeah, maybe, you know, Rashford or Martial in that situation probably would have scored on that. But what an opportunity to to score.
As promised.
ليكرز يخلد الراحل براينيت بتمثال له خارج ملعبه. أعلن لويس أنجلوس ليكرز المشارك في دوري كرة السلة الأمريكي للمحترفين أنه سيخلد ذكرى أسطورته الراحل كوبي براينت الذي توفي عام 2020 مع ابنته جيانا في حادث تحطم الطوافة بوضع تمثال له خارج ملعبه. وسيكشف الليكرز النقاب عن تمثال برونزي للراحل براينت في 8 فبراير 2024 في ساحة ستار بلازا خارج ملعب كريبتوكوم أرينا ستابلز سانتير سابقا قبل المباراة الأولى لليكرز أمام بطل الدوري دانفيز ناغتس. وأعلنت فانيسا براينت أرملة كوبي عن يوم تكريمه في مقطع فيديو نشر على وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي، فيما أطلق عليه النادي اسم يوم كوبي الذي يتطابق مع الرقمين اللذين ارتداهما براينت طوال مسيرته في الملاعب 28. قالت فانيسا: لعب كوبي طوال مسيرته التي استمرت 20 عاما في دوري كرة السلة الأمريكي للمحترفين في لوس أنجلوس ليكرز، وتابعت منذ وصوله إلى هذه المدينة وانضمامه إلى ليكرز. شعر بأنه في بيته، حيث لعب في مدينة الملائكة بالنيابة عن ليكرز. وبناتي وأنا يشرفني جدا أنه في وسط لوس أنجلوس أمام المكان المعروف بالمنزل الذي بناه كوبي. سنكشف النقاب عن تمثاله حتى يتمكن الجميع من الاحتفال بإرثه إلى الأبد.